Okay, so we're ready to actually start that color work now. And again, remember that we are starting on the fourth column of the steek section because that's what we're knitting. And all we need to do is position the needle in the knit stitch, wrap the yarn around just like any other time we add color, and knit the stitch. Okay, then I knit a dark one according to my chart. And then I knit 4 more dark ones because I've finished the steek section. Right? If you have a marker there, that'll tell you. I'm just reading my knitting, so I know that. I'm going to work the blue chart now from here to the end. And if you want to put another piece of paper over that so you don't even have to think about it on either side, go for it. Whatever's going to help you make this easier. Okay? So now I've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I've got 1 light one. Okay? And notice that looks a little tight. Right? It's nice and smooth behind, but I know right away that if I try to pull that, it's going to go further. And I want that gap there so that these mittens actually stretch. Okay? Now, if you are really worried about catching that on something, and I don't think you need to after we full it, but again, as I said, I think we're all having a little bit of trust issues lately, you do what you got to do. And that may mean you want to catch floats. So I've got 4 more stitches here. So 1, 2, maybe I want to wrap this yarn around, just cross it over, 3 and 4 to make sure it's caught behind there, okay? And then when I knit my next one, there we go. It's tucked in there, a little bit different than it was here. Now that is totally up to you, whether you want to catch floats or whether you want to leave them as they are. I was listening to a great interview. Anne from I Thought I Knew How interviewed Hazel Tyndall, the fastest knitter in the world. She was trained as a production knitter. That was her work in Colorwork. And she said, I never catch floats. They just slow me down. Again, so we will be able to fold that in and not worry about it. But if it really, really bothers you, you can catch the floats just like you would in any other colorwork. And then we'll continue in pattern. And you decide if you want 1 color in each hand, or if you want to do 2 colors in 1 hand. If you need a refresher, go back to our Fireflies video for basic color work. Okay, and that'll get you started. Or we showed you 2 colors in 1 hand, 2 colors split, and you can always do 2 colors in the other hand as well. Totally up to you, whichever style knitting works best for you. And I think I need 1 more here, and then I come up on the color. Change. So there we go. Right. Be sure to stretch your knitting to the side like that every 8 or 9 stitches or so, just to make sure that those floats are going to be loose enough so that your project actually stretches. All right. Happy knitting, everybody.